It was a few days before Christmas 1968 when Apollo 8 sat on the pad. The first Apollo crew did not die in vain. This was to be their testament.
And so began the modern-day history of NASA, all of which contributed to the experience you can share today here at Kennedy Space Center. Spread out across hundreds of acres in Cape Canaveral, Florida, is one of the most visited attractions in the entire country. Towering above you as you walk the grounds are massive space shuttles, and inside are looks at how satellites are deployed. What you will learn here is fascinating, and your journey has only begun.
Well, the exhibit here came about as a need to educate young people in a way that young people would not only grasp but also embrace.
Nick is referring to a brand new exhibit that will open this year, called Exploration Space. Inside are hands-on exhibits and dozens of displays geared toward the next generation of future astronauts.
This is the launch director. We are go for launch.
Ignition sequence starts. 3, 2, 1.
Featured is a fascinating presentation that highlights, among other things, the contribution by NASA to some of the things we use in our daily lives.
Because of our space exploration, cell phones,
solar panels, environmental monitoring,
artificial limbs,
communications,
pharmaceuticals, computer technology,
solutions to problems here on Earth.
It seems to me in the next 20 years we ought to be able to do our first landing on Mars.
Among the other experiences here at Kennedy Space Center is the amazing Apollo and Saturn V Center. On display here are just some of the inventions that were used by NASA to explore our universe, including moon buggies, a real Saturn V rocket, and the new Apollo Treasures Gallery that showcases artifacts from the Apollo moon missions, including Alan Shepard's spacesuit.
7, 5,
Just unveiled recently as well is the all-new shuttle launch experience, which allows you to board a massive lifelike simulator and experience liftoff for yourself. The entire experience is run from this control center, and as the doors shut behind you, the journey begins.
Roger, go with throttle up.
A visit here to Kennedy Space Center can easily take up an entire day, and if you're interested, there are tours that show you an observation deck overlooking the entire property, and of course, the real launch area. You also won't want to miss the Rocket Garden, where among other things, you can walk across the actual service arm of Apollo 11. The experience is fascinating, a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see the inner workings of the United States space program. An opportunity for those of us who dreamed of space as children, and for those kids who dream of it now.
The one thing I would say to a youngster who wants to be an astronaut is you better set your sights, set your goals, and then keep your eye on your goal all the time, and work hard, go to school, get a good education, and stay loose.